I'm looking at earrings.
I'm adjusting my settings
That's disgusting.
to not show my video when I join.
That's disgusting. No, leave it. I like seeing your shoulder randomly.
No.
It's the funnest part.
No.
It's so fun.
No.
No.
Then you do it too.
I don't have a camera. I'd leave my camera on if I had one, but I don't have one, and my hair is wet.
Why don't you have a camera tube?
No. Buy
I have
me
a camera,
one.
but it's so shit.
Buy me one with your money, doob.
Which money?
Buy me
I'm
one
waiting for my
with
paycheck.
your 5 money, doob.
I have 0 money.
Buy me one with your stripper money, doob.
I'm not a stripper.
Yes, you are.
I would have money.
No, you're probably just hiding it from me because you're like, I can't let her know about the stripper money.
No.
What?
No.
No?
No.
No?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Yes. Doob. Doob has money coming out of her ears, but she won't share it with Tube. Ooh. Doob. What?
Oh boy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shownanigans. My name is Tube.
And my name is Dupe.
Also known as... I don't care.
Oh.
Oh.
And
My name is Tingle.
Dingle.
They said Tingle.
Tinkle?
No. Why are you ruining it? I said Tingle.
Tingle.
Tingle. The elf thing from Zelda. His name is Tingle.
Tingle?
Tingle. He's
Tingle.
weird. Google Tingle.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna Google.
Don't Google Tinkle.
Zelda wiki fandom. Oh my god.
That's me. Do you see him? That's his
Yeah.
eye. I am Tingle.
He's
Behold
weird.
me.
He's a tiny little beard.
Yeah. As do I.
Wow. Do you?
Yeah.
Never noticed.
It's tiny. Hello. Hello, dude.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't have a beard, but yes, hello.
Hello. We're here to talk about Beastars, or as we called it last time, Beanstars.
Welcome.
Welcome to Beanstars. No, we're here to talk about Beastars episode 6.
Yeah.
Blurred vision. Dream or reality? Doob.
Yeah.
What happened in the last episode?
In the last episode, what I can remember is there was a lot of Haru.
Which is good.
Yeah, which is good. I like that. What do I remember from that? Oh my gosh.
It was the day after the play.
Yes.
Louis makes up the fact that the thing that happened in the play between Bill and Legoshi was all a part of the play, but it wasn't. Legoshi becomes kind of a celebrity.
Yeah. And we see a scene with Haru and Louis sleeping with each other, assumed to be. Yeah, that was something. I want to know what happened, so I'm waiting for that. I was hoping it would happen in this episode.
Yes, but they kept you waiting more.
Yes. I'm still like, oh my god.
But this episode was a good episode.
Yeah, there wasn't much Haru, and I know I was like saying, oh my gosh, if there's Haru, then I really like it and whatnot. But I really like this episode regardless. There was not much of her in here. It was mostly her like actually thinking about her, and then like a lot of other things, which we'll get on to.
Also, Legoshi confesses to Jack that he has been depressed, and Jack is like, he's growing and changing. I'm Jack.
Yeah.
And then Haru and Legoshi have dinner together, and Legoshi freaks out for no reason. And then they finally introduce themselves to each other.
Yeah.
Beastars.
Dun, dun, dun.
Doob.
Yeah.
Do you want to read the summary for this episode?
Sure. It seems easy.
It seems easy. There's no weird word like clandestine.
Yeah, what the heck?
Whatever the other word was that you didn't know. Notoriety.
Okay. After another murder, herbivores are confined to campus. Out in town, the theater club carnivores enter a shady district for adult meat eaters.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no. I have to say that this episode is a treat. Like the direction the series takes from now on is so good. Because like after the first sort of drama club arc, you're kind of like, oh, is that all that's gonna happen? Are they not even gonna try to like solve the mystery with Tem or anything? But no, dude, there is more. There is so much more.
It happened right at the beginning of this episode.
There's a whole thingy. I don't know. There's like so much more things that are gonna happen after this. This is just like the catalyst for all of that.
Ooh.
You remember science? It's the catalyst.
I know science too.
Wow. Wow.
Interesting.
So the characters in this episode are Legoshi, Louis, the drama Haru for a little bit, and then the drama club. We have Bill, Aoba, and then we also we have that panther, the Black Panther called Tao, and Jack and Durham are there for a little bit, and then we have these two new characters. One is Gohin, and the other one is Juno. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, those are our players today. Who do you bet on, Doob? Who do you bet on? Who's gonna win?
Legoshi.
Legoshi? I bet he loses. So, the episode starts off with Legoshi and Jack. They're sitting together at a table playing checkers, I think, with two other herbivores. One's like a goat, and the other one's like a lamb or something. I don't know. I don't know what the other one was. A camel?
I have
a llama?
no idea.
I don't know what. I'm gonna say a sheep or something. In the news on the TV, there's been another murder. This time, a Thompson's gazelle has been murdered by a group of carnivores in town. And did you hear what the newscaster called the town? I heard it as Zeeboo City.
Yep.
It was Zeeboo City, right?
Yep.
Zeeboo City.
Zeeboo.
Zaboomafu.
Oh.
With the Crap Brothers while walking in the woods one day. Chris and Martin found something strange. A little leaping lemur who likes to dance and play. They fall. So, I
was looking forward to the song. Yes, continue.
I could have done the whole thing. Me and you and Zaboomafu. Come along and see what's new. We're doing the things that animals do. New animal friends to see. Animal Junction's the place to be. Baboons are leaping, wildfires flying, and nobody's sleeping. Me and you and Zaboomafu.
Luna!
Come.
Okay, she didn't say anything.
Oh, come along and see what's new. At Animal Junction, we're waiting for you. Zaboomafu!
Oh my god.
What?
I used to watch this show so many times.
But
I wouldn't like religiously watch it, like stare at my TV or anything. It would just be playing in the background most of the time, and I'd be doing like, I don't know, like arts and crafts. Like imagine a tiny little dude just like sticking stuff together, dude. And I'm just like,
and you're always sticking stuff together, anyways.
Am I?
Yeah.
I've stopped doing that a lot of time. I've stopped doing childish things too.
No, you haven't.
Well, less of it, at least.
There was an episode on poop.
Oh my god.
Do you remember that episode? And they showed like a close-up of like a rhino or an elephant pooping.
Jesus Christ.
That was
like far back in my brain.
That was the first thing I remembered when you started talking about it. Like I saw the poop and I was like, oh yeah. Right. Beastars.
Zeeboo City.
Zeeboo City. So there was a bit of another murder, and possibly it was done by a coyote, a gray wolf, and another Canidae.
Another victim. Oh, nah.
And the newscaster is a cat.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I just thought she was cute. She's all like, today in Zeeboo City, a Thompson's gazelle has been murdered, and all you see is like people crying, and there's blood on the ground and everything, and then there's me like, oh my god, it's a cat. What a
Now,
dummy.
why don't you become a newscaster and make some money around here?
Me? Oh,
No,
Luna. I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, I have a job.
She's just there drinking her water. No
You're
care in the world.
Look, she has a hard life, dude. She does so many things in a day. She gets the zoomies. She meows a little bit. She gets the zoomies. She eats food. She lies down. That all requires a lot of energy. She deserves her life of leisure.
I should be a cat in my next life.
You die, and then just as one final fuck you, you see God, and they look at you and they say to you, you've reached nirvana. You don't get to be reborn again. And you're like, no, I wanted to be a cat.
Oy.
So Jack comments that they're all watching the news, and Jack says, wow, it's like a dangerous world out there sometimes. And the two herbivores who are sitting with them get up and leave in the middle of the game, even though they were winning. It's obvious, like when they saw the news, it freaked them out, especially since they were playing checkers with the two carnivores, Legoshi and Jack, right? And I don't know, I feel like that must suck to have to deal with every time something bad happens in the news, like a whole class of animals get blamed. But like that happens in real life too. Like think about all the Asian American like hate crimes that are happening because people are like, oh, all Asian people they brought the COVID or whatever over. So it's like similar, I guess.
Yeah, I find that like the show relates a lot into the real world and like real issues that we also have. So it kind of just correlates with each other. They talk about it in like different ways, obviously, like for example, like racism, but like with species or whatever. But yeah, it's interesting how they address it in such a different way.
So Durham is there also, and he tries to cheer up Jack. Jack looks really sad that the herbivores left. Po Jack. He just wanted to play some checkers, dude. And then right after the game, Legoshi is walking down the hallway and he's thinking to himself that he shouldn't be so surprised since carnivores are used to this kind of tension with the herbivores. And I feel like it's bad because it's obviously not all the carnivores who are doing this, but it's enough that it's a problem in their society because it's still happening.
Yeah.
Like herbivores are being eaten in, like, I think like it's not just Tem. Like I think in the anime, it's like a recent rash of them have started to like be killed in the city.
It's becoming a huge thing, huge problem.
And then while he's thinking, Legoshi hears a girl screaming, "Stop it!" And it's like, oh no. And then he sees some students ahead of him. One is like a bird, and the other one's like a raccoon. He's like a brown bird eagle man. I don't know. And then the other one is definitely a raccoon, and they're pulling on the arm of a female student. And one says, "Did you see that this killer's group leader is a gray wolf just like you?" And the girl says, "But I'm not like that." And the bird yells, "That's what you all say."
Jesus Christ. The bullying like in this school is like next level. Like they're so cruel. Not just this scene. I mean, you're going to talk more about what happens here, but this scene and also like Haru, like everything the girls do to Haru too.
Yeah.
Like they're all so cruel.
From what I know, like bullying in Japan and even Korea or like most East Asian countries is pretty terrible because it all involves bullying those who stand out or are different, or it's about destroying someone's honor, like basically shaming them. That's what the whole point of the bullying is, to shame them. But I guess like if you think about it, most bullying is about destroying some part of another person because they're different. But
Yeah.
I feel like cases in Asian countries, they seem to have like really harsh bullies, like really, really terrible bullies. Like it's a huge thing. That's why when K-pop idols, when they find out that when some like recently a lot of people have been coming out and saying, oh, that idol is a bully and things like that, right? Like when they were in school with me, they were a bully. That's why it's such a big deal, because it's not like name calling or something. It's like legitimate, like physical, mental abuse and harm that happens. So that's probably why it's like that in the anime, because that's how it just is in the country.
No, right when you said like bullying in Asian countries is like really intense and whatnot, the first thing that came into my mind is like the manga or drama or whatever it is, like because they have so many different versions. But Life,
Yeah, I didn't finish Life. It was too terrible.
it was so bad. I remember, I think I finished the manga, and then I don't know if I finished the drama or not, but it was so bad.
I couldn't get
I mean,
past
it's
it
good that
because the mother lets the I can't remember, does she get like sexually assaulted, or is it like it's just the bully that the mother lets into the house and is like, "Oh, he's such a nice guy," or whatever. And he's
yeah,
like,
she lets him in and everything, but she ends up like the girl ends up getting sexually harassed and whatnot.
"Uh-huh."
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That was like so much, and I remember eating. I remember reading it.
I remember eating.
I remember reading it in high school. Remember where we used to read mangas like right outside the library,
Yeah.
like
Oh
just
my
sitting on the
God.
hallways.
We
and reading.
did.
Yeah, I remember specifically reading Life there, just outside the hallway, and like not on any like bench or anything, just outside on the floor, sitting down and just reading.
Uh-huh. No, that one was too intense. I couldn't do it. It was too much for
It
me.
was a lot.
She gets bullied so bad that she pees herself at one point, right?
Yep.
And then they make fun of her for peeing herself.
Yep. And I'm sure like there's a lot more. Like there's just so much bad.
It's like they bully you into thinking like you shouldn't have like, because they bully you and then you react with an emotion and then they're like, haha, she has an emotion. So then you're like, I won't have any emotions. And then it's like, what's wrong with her? She's weird.
And also it gives you false hopes too. So you think that like her life is gonna get better, or like someone befriends her and you're like, okay, she's gonna be a good friend or whatever it is, and then like your hopes just like go down. Like one thing happens and then something like 2 times worse happens. So yeah, that was not even
was
a
it a
roller
happy
coaster.
ending?
It was just like, I don't remember to.
Huh.
I don't remember.
You know what? I want to Google it. Life manga ending. I need to know.
Happy ?
Does Life manga have a good and complete ending? Overall, I liked it. If you consider a good and complete ending that the main character somehow comes full circle and grows, then yes. Okay. Okay. As long as there was a somewhat happy ending, I am good.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Legoshi, instead of going over to help, stands there and contemplates how he should go over there and help.
Yeah, I thought that was strange.
He's just standing there watching. He's like, that doesn't sound friendly. No shit, Legoshi.
Yeah, I feel like it was like his same character. I thought his character was like growing. Like I thought he was going through a good kind of like character development. But then this scene was like, okay, no, it's still Legoshi.
And then he's like, well, how should I help if I am going to help? And then he thinks, should I shout, hey, you? No, that doesn't sound right. So he walks over and he settles on saying, excuse me. like they're pulling on the girl's arm, and like I feel like one of the guys is like videotaping her or something, and she's like, no, let go of me. And then here's Legoshi like, hey, excuse me.
Yeah. You should just go there and be like, hey, stop that.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna tattle on you. Get out of my way. I don't know, something like that.
I'm gonna tattle on you. Imagine a tiny little brown girl walking up to you like, hey, don't do that. I'm going to tattle. You get bullied too.
Okay, maybe I would just go and tattle then.
Oh my God. So the raccoon, he comes over and is like, excuse me. And I think like the bird is saying, since you're a gray wolf, show us who you really are. And then the raccoon like looks over and sees Legoshi and is immediately just like, oh shit, because Legoshi's like a foot taller than him.
Mm-hmm.
And then Legoshi says, I'm her older brother. Is there a problem? But
They
then
don't even look alike.
yeah. He gets a good look at the girl, and then he realizes when he sees her face that she doesn't look a thing like him. So like, good one, Legoshi. And the wolf, she's on the ground and she's crying. But she's really pretty. She has like burgundy colored fur.
Yeah. And she has like really like innocent eyes.
Yeah. Big shiny eyes.
Cute voice too.
Yeah, but she really does not look a thing like Legoshi, and Legoshi realizes this.
Yeah.
And then the raccoon and the bird also notice this and call him out for lying. And Legoshi says that he's like, I look like my father, and she looks like our mother. And he's not even trying when he says it. His voice is all stilted, like how I did it. Like, I look like my father. It's like he's reciting lines or something.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, the bullies for some reason believe him and they walk away, but I thought that they like fight him. Like I have this memory of Legoshi getting beat up in the manga, but like I must be thinking of like some other scene or something because like I was so sure he got beat up here, but he doesn't. They just walk away. Legoshi asks the girl, "Are you okay?" And her eyes are all watering, but she says that she is. And Legoshi says that he's sorry for lying, but she says, "That's okay. It helps save me." Legoshi says that there's been a lot of bullying like that because of the recent news. And he notices that she's a freshman and says that this is something that she'll have to get used to.
Yeah.
And the girl's eyes start watering and she says, "This is something I have to get used to? Seriously? It's even more worse than junior high. They're so cruel. They can't do this. I'm just so frustrated with myself. I take it too personally every single time." And I get that because you start to think when people are bullying you like that there must be something wrong with you. And then when it's happening, like I said, you cry, and then everybody makes fun of you for crying, and then you feel like shit for being emotional about it. But of course, you can't help that because you feel what you feel, right?
Wow.
Right?
I felt that.
You felt that?
Yeah.
No, it's true because it's then like, what are you supposed to do then? How are you supposed to react to people being mean to you? And then
especially like so openly bad like this.
yeah, like I feel bad for her because she obviously doesn't like the fact that she cries when it happens to her. And Legoshi says that it's good that she feels like that because he was fed up with being frustrated, so he pretended that he was used to it. But feeling that frustration is what makes you strong. And then I was kind of like, Jack is right. Legoshi is changing.
Yeah, because he wouldn't even say that to himself before.
Yeah, he would just be like, oh, they're just bullying me, whatever. I guess I'll just forget about it. It doesn't bother me. But obviously, it bothers you. And like just pretending like, oh, I don't have any emotions, it doesn't bother me, doesn't help you because you do feel something. It does affect you in some way.
Yeah.
Legoshi gets up to leave, but then the wolf girl gets up and says that she recognizes him from the art department. And she says that she just joined the drama club this year as a new member and that her name is Juno. And remember, only people who are chosen can join the drama club. So she's there for a reason.
Yeah.
This wolf has an interesting past. I don't know what it is yet. Like I haven't even gotten to that part in the manga yet. I don't know what's interesting about her. So
what
she
what volume of the manga are you in?
I can see volume 8 on my table right now. So I just read volume 7. There's 22 volumes.
Oi. Okay.
And they've only released up to I think 14 here so far. So we're getting there. Interesting. So she says that her name is Juno, and she says that Sheila, the leopard from the dance team in the drama club, told her that there was a nice, polite male wolf in the art department named Legoshi, and she's all blushy when she says this, and then Legoshi gets all flustered hearing it. It's like, and then she's like really bold and asks Legoshi to speak to her more casually since they're both gray wolves. And I think that makes more sense in the Japanese version because in Japanese you use honorifics, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they were probably calling each other by like their last names or whatever. But she's asking him to be like more close to her and call her by her first name. Ooh.
Is Juno gonna be another love interest for Legoshi?
I will say nothing.
Because the way she was acting kind of like flirty in a way, and I just got like that vibe of like more than just friends.
Well,
kind of thing.
He did save her. He saved her, Doob. But
Yeah.
Legoshi was probably just she's probably like, oh, my savior on a horse, my prince. And meanwhile, Legoshi is just like, excuse me. Hey, you two. Don't do that. That's mean.
She's my sister.
I'm Legoshi.
What?
What's happening?
Yeah, basically. So in the next scene, the drama club has their meeting. Yeah. And the meeting is just for the sophomores.
Louis is there, and so is Legoshi. That Black Panther I said before named Tao is there. Alba is there, the bald eagle, and Bill. And also, I don't like Bill. And also Ellen, the zebra who was in the play. She played Ellen in the play.
Yeah.
And a teeny squirrel is there too. Did you see her?
Oh yeah. Tiny. And
like Sanu is talking to them about something, right? But in the manga, it was actually Louis telling all of them about the thing that they're about to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Right when you said Bill, I thought of Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill the Science Guy. Inertia is a... What is it? Inertia is a something.
Oh, I was Googling it. Property of matter?
Inertia is a property of matter. Bill. No, science guy. Bill.
Oh, geez.
It's like this episode is the children's theme song episode, obviously.
Yeah, it's Boomafu, Bill Nye the Science Guy. What more?
Oh my god, what else did we watch? Polka dot, shorts. Bananas. Oh my god! Oh! How did we know?
Because polka dot shorts is similar to the bananas in pajamas.
Pajamas are coming down the stairs. Bananas in pajamas are chasing teddy bears.
Bananas in pajamas.
They're doing some other thing.
There are so many.
What other ones?
I feel like if I...
Oh no.
Corduroy. But how does the Corduroy theme song go? Do you remember?
My best friend is Corduroy. My best friend is Corduroy. Corduroy was lonely, sitting on a shelf.
One fine day he met Lisa.
He's no longer by himself. Now he has a happy home.
Now he has a friend. And they will be together forever till the end.
My best friend is Corduroy. My best friend is... What else? What? What's happening?
Okay, back to our actual show.
How long did we spend on that? Probably like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm gonna keep it all in.
Yeah, they're having the meeting and everyone is there. Well,
They're
just the
having a meeting
sophomores.
about going into town to have a meeting, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Because they all have to go into town to discuss with the city about the festival.
Yeah. They decide that the meeting with the city to discuss about the festival would just be for carnivores.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the Meteor Festival. Basically, this meeting is to discuss about another meeting.
Yep.
Yep.
A meeting within a meeting.
This could have been an email.
And the drama head, Sanu,
Mm-hmm.
he says that it's just for the safety of the herbivores and reminds them of the recent news that came out about the murder.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not fair. But I guess I understand that it's for their safety, but
Yeah, none of the herbivores in the club can go to town, I guess, for the meeting right now because of the thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's safer for the carnivores to go because it's not carnivores that are getting attacked. It's herbivores. That's like, again, I'm reminded of the Asian American stuff, because not stuff, but like the hate crimes, because most people don't want their elderly Asian grandparents going out because they're the ones that are getting attacked because people are cowards. So
Jesus.
it's like that basically. So it's for the good of the herbivores that they don't go out.
Well, the herbivores also want to go out too, and they're just kind of like sulking over it because they're not able to attend, so they feel like they're kind of disconnected with the rest of the members.
Well, I guess it's mostly because they wanted to go to town and have fun. Remember the last episode? They were talking about how the actors team mostly goes and just goofs off or whatever during the festival instead of helping out. That's mostly why. They just want to go goof off. But if they're going to goof off, then they're not going to be paying attention to their surroundings, and it's most likely that something bad could happen to them. So it's probably a good idea, again, that it's just the carnivores, even though you've written here, that's not fair.
Yeah. And then Louis makes this like snarky comeback, and he ties it to Legoshi and Bill by saying, "You all know how unmanageable carnivores are when they lose their senses." And Bill becomes like really annoyed at that.
Legoshi is like staring straight ahead, like, I don't know what he's talking about. And meanwhile, Bill is like, not again. Like, why does he keep bringing up the fact that we almost killed each other in front of everybody?
Yeah. I think they probably I think he's probably done it way more times than it's actually showing in the show because of the way that Bill is reacting.
I guess most of the drama club has by this point. Like, even for Legoshi before in the last episode, Fudge brought it up also. Fudge.
Yeah.
The red panda Fudge.
Fudge. And Louis also says to them, also, never go to the black market.
And it's so random. He's like, remember, guys, don't go to the black market. And then he dips.
Yeah. And we're like, okay, black market, what? And that's exactly what Legoshi says too. He's like, black market, huh? What, huh? Like, okay, what is that?
Black market.
So Legoshi contemplates on going to the black market, quote unquote, and he asks Aoba if he's ever been to it.
Aoba. Yeah. Aoba. They're back at their dorms, I think, and they're like sitting at some tables or whatever. And Legoshi, he's asking Aoba about if, like, have you ever been into town? I mean, Aoba's asking Legoshi, have you ever been into town? And Legoshi says he hasn't because he doesn't find it fun to go outside. And while they're talking about it, Legoshi is staring out past the campus into the lights of the city.
Yeah.
And then they start talking about the black market.
It's another like kind of pretty scene. I just like night scenes in general. But
there's another pretty night scene later.
Yeah, in this episode.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll remember it later. Yeah. Apparently, apparently the black market is somewhere that carnivores should be going to eventually.
That's what Alba says.
Yeah. And it sounds like a place where they deal drugs. Hint, hint.
Yeah, because I think Legoshi asks him if he's ever been, and like like what you said, Alba says we all have to go there eventually, and it's like, what is this place? What do you think it is, Dobe? I already know what it is.
I
mean, you know what it is. You know what it is, but like at the time.
At that point, I knew it was like something sketchy. Like, like it reminded me of something that you shouldn't be doing, which brought me back to the scene with Bill hiding his rabbit blood.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, carnivore. So it's probably something related to herbivores. Like, I was thinking more towards like blood or
like it's like the doping that Bill was doing, because he said he got it from a student, right? Well, maybe that student went to the black market and bought it.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe it's like
I was thinking something like that,
drugs or something like that, something illegal, basically.
Yeah.
Well, we might find out what it is. So the next scene is basically Legoshi and the boys go into the city. So Legoshi and with his other drama club mates, Bill and Alba and Tao, they go into town, basically like what they discussed in the meeting. They're going to talk with the city about the Meteor Festival. And like, I like the vibe when they first walk into town, because they're like, it's like an adventure. They're all like looking around at all the people and all the herbivores and the carnivores walking around together. They're like in harmony, basically. Like everything seems so peaceful, and they're looking around at all the stores and all of like this, like just like how the city life is, basically. I just like the vibe. And like the music, it was like Baroque music. It was so weird, but I felt like it captured the wonder of the boys being in the city for their little adventure.
It was a nice scene. Yeah.
And Legoshi muses to himself, oh wow, like it's been 1 year since I've been outside of school. And Alba is jealous of all the birds flying around in the sky because he can't do that. He needs to graduate and get his flying license, which I thought, wow, that's interesting. He needs a license to be able to fly around.
Yeah, it's interesting concept.
I guess I didn't realize, but they have cars. Like I didn't realize it before, but I'm like looking at the scene now, and there are cars driving around. So I guess if you need a license for a car, you need one to fly around in the sky.
I suppose so.
You suppose so. Does that mean that there are eagle police or bird police who patrol the skies? And then if you're flying too fast, you get ticketed?
That would be interesting.
Oh my gosh. Stop right there, sir. And then he lands on a telephone pole. What did I do? You are flying without a permit. Ba-ba-da.
Oh, Jesus.
What's a good flying pun? Slow down there, son. You seem to be out of air miles. No. I can't think of what helped me.
That was good though.
Was it?
Air miles.
10-1 breaker. We seem to have a flat. No. Flying. Fly. Damn it. Fuck. Forget if I can't. I can't think of one.
Okay, I just Googled one.
Oh. Well, if you Googled it, it's not yours.
Okay.
Okay. Say it.
Okay. Pilots would be very hard to beat in a competition. They're always ready for a rival. A rival. Hello.
So,
hello.
Hello. Are you still there? Hello. Hello.
They're not my jokes, but laugh too.
So Alba is jealous of all the birds flying around the sky because he needs his license. And then he comments on how Legoshi must be happy because his tail is wagging. And I guess Legoshi doesn't like it that other people can tell when he's happy.
Yeah.
So he wonders if he should just get pants that cover his tail. But I think that would be so uncomfortable. It would just look like he was walking around with a big poop in his pants, wouldn't he?
Yeah, and I think it would still be wagging inside his pants. It would be
then
weird.
it would look like a wagging poo. So.
Yeah.
So, I think in the volume that I read this in, that's when they started talking about all the different types of outfits that the animals can buy, and like how they have to cut holes like for their tails or like to accommodate what other appendages they have.
Mm.
So Legoshi and the group stop at a fast food joint to look over the notices regarding the Meteor Festival. I guess that's why they had to meet with the city to get like those notices or whatever, like to get the details on how the festival will go. Anyhow, they noticed that the details are the same as last year, but they're still glad that they got a chance to like get outside and go to Zeeboo. What the fuck is the name of the town? Zeeboo City.
Zeeboo City.
So they decide to just like chill out and like eat their food. And Tao tells Bill, hey, go on with your story. Like that's how he sounds, right? He sounds stupid. Like, go on with your story, Bill. And Bill is like, oh god, the Bill's story. Bill is pretty insufferable for this whole episode, but this scene, I swear to God, Tal says to Bill, go on with your story. And Bill starts talking and says, okay, listen. And then he goes ahead with his story and he says, and then the girl starts crying and says, you're only focused on pleasing yourself when we're having sex. And that makes me feel empty inside. And Tal goes, that's crazy. And Bill says, but the stripe pattern on her butt is so hot. I don't want to break up with her. Oh my God, Bill.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh my God. Can you imagine that? What does he say? You're only focused on pleasing yourself. And he thinks like she's crazy or something for telling him that. I don't want to break up with her though. The stripe pattern on her butt is hot.
Oh, Bill.
Oh, Bill. And while Bill is talking or whatever I don't know if what he's doing is talking, whatever, while he's gloating or spouting his boopity boop, Legoshi is staring at, he's like focused on a ram and a rabbit talking, and he gets lost in thought. He's probably thinking about Haru. And then Bill obnoxiously slams an arm on Legoshi and asks Legoshi, hey Legoshi, when are you gonna lose your virginity? And then he tells Legoshi that he can smell the virgin stench on him from miles away. And I really just want Bill to shut up.
Yeah, me too. I just want him to leave. Don't come back in here.
Who cares? Like, why does it matter? I don't understand. And how can he smell virgin on Legoshi? Even though it's true, how can he smell virgin on Legoshi?
I don't know.
Maybe,
I don't know.
Maybe it's his tiger senses or whatever. Anyhow, Tao asks Legoshi if he knows about Juno, and Bill gets excited when Legoshi says he does. And Legoshi thinks about how he and Bill, like, they had just fought like not too long ago.
Yeah.
And it's weird because now Bill's just talking to him like everything's okay. Meanwhile, before he had like carved into him with his claws. It's really weird to think about that. Like they're getting along somehow right now, but before they were at each other's throats.
I think because they kind of have to.
Okay.
Because I think maybe it was the influence of Louis as well, because of all of those comments that he's made, that he kind of just told them to behave.
Yeah.
So that could be what it is. Plus, they're at an outing where it's only carnivore, so that's something that they have in common.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then Legoshi wonders if things will get easier when he graduates school, like how it seems to be for all the adults walking around. Like I said, one of the first things he noticed when he came up out of the subway was that all of the adults were just walking around in harmony, all of the carnivores and the herbivores together. Like it didn't seem like anybody was attacking anybody or arguing with anybody or anything. And I guess maybe he feels like maybe when he gets older and he leaves Cherryton Academy and goes to Zeeboo City, he won't feel so much tension and anxiety with himself, and he won't blow up over disagreements like he did last time on stage. Maybe that's how he feels.
Yeah.
Like maybe things will be different somehow. Like somehow it'll just change somehow and it'll be different.
It's a lot of hopes.
It's a lot of hopes, which may or may not be dashed when we learn about a thing in a little bit. So the sun starts to set, and the boys get worried that their dorm mothers are going to be mad at them for staying out past dark. And the dorm mothers are real. Like they're like these old, like I think the one in the book is like an old ox or something. I don't know if she shows up in the anime, but in the book she's an ox or something, or like a ram. I can't remember, or a
Oh.
gorilla. She's a large animal.
I was gonna say those are very different things, but okay.
She had horns. Monkeys don't have horns. Damn it.
Nope.
So Alba is looking at his phone. He's trying to find the station, but it's obvious that they're lost. And Alba finds a set of stairs leading down, like into some sort of a weird alleyway. And he says that this is the way to the station according to Zoozle Maps.
I love that name.
Zoozle Maps.
Zoozle Maps.
Let me just
Zeeboo
zoozle
City.
this.
Let me just zoozle this. Alexa, zoozle it.
Zoozle translate. Zoozle drive.
My Alexa turned on when I said that, but it didn't do anything, so.
Oh, okay.
Probably was like, what's a zoozle?
Earlier today, I said, Alexa, you're a real one. And you know what she said to me?
What?
I don't know what that means right now.
Oh boy. I remember there was, I don't know if it was Alexa or which one it was, but there's one, Siri or Alexa, I can't remember. But if you say like, if you tell them to rap,
Yeah.
some of the rap is like very like, what do you call that? Like the straight toned.
Alexa, rap. Oh.
My name is Alexa. Your attention, please. I
Yeah.
make to-dos, calendars, and dressing for the weather a breeze. When it's time to dance or get info on friends, just say my name. I won't miss my chance. I'm the speaker of the house, the best jester of all time. Knock, knock, who's there? It's me with the punchline.
Alexa, stop. Knock, knock, who's there? It's me with the punchline. Ooh, bitches. Oh my god.
Boy.
So Tal says to Alba that, you know, you should just, if you can't find the way like on Zoozle Maps, you should just use your magnetic sense to find the way back. And Alba is like, yeah, I'm not a migratory bird. I have no magnetic sense, you dummy.
Wow.
So Legoshi doesn't think that they're too far from the station, but like I said, they go down those stairs and they come upon this like really sketchy area. And it's starting to get pretty dark at this point. And they see this old homeless goat man crouched in a corner. And Legoshi decides to go over to him to ask him for directions. I don't know why. Even Bill is like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And Legoshi says, hey, excuse me. And the man's eyes are completely lifeless. And he says, yes. And he holds up his hands. And on each finger is a price tag, like 80,000 yen for the ring finger or 85,000 yen for the middle finger, which is like around $800 or so. And some of his fingers are already missing. And like a red smoky aura radiates from around his hand, similar to like the aura that came from Haru. So Legoshi can definitely smell something. And the man tells Legoshi, pick your favorite finger.
Oh my god.
And Legoshi comments that he can smell the sweat and saliva of other carnivores coming from the man's hands. And the man keeps trying to convince Legoshi to buy a finger. He's like, you could pick this finger. It's just 80,000 yen, but it will cost extra because your K19s are 3 inches long or something like that, right?
Jesus Christ.
It's like, he says to him, like, since you're younger and your teeth are longer, it's going to cost extra for you to bite off my finger. And while he's trying to convince Legoshi, the smoke that's coming out of his hands turn into smoky hands basically, and they come forward and they caress Legoshi's face while he's explaining. And then he asks Legoshi to finish it in one bite. Like, just finish it in one bite for me, will ya? And then suddenly a truck rolls by, and Alba looks to the side, and behind the truck is this entrance to a large market area full of lights and people and stalls. And Alba realizes that they're at the black market basically, but Legoshi is still paralyzed in front of the old man and he can't move.
Oh nah.
Oh no, what's he gonna do? Make frog noises.
Ooh, we have a situation.
Ooh,
Mayday.
what's that from? We have a situation.
Is it from something?
Feel like it.
Mayday, we have a situation.
Maybe I'm thinking of What's the Sitch from Kim Possible. Do. What's the sitch?
So in the next scene, we flash back to the other night when Legoshi learned Haru's name. And Haru asks like a random question.
Yeah.
And she asks Legoshi how Legoshi sees her.
And then she says, like, sorry for asking it, since Legoshi, like, he isn't able to answer the question. And then, like, I love it when Legoshi talks to Haru because he always bends over to talk to her because he's so tall. And she takes his paw, and his paw is so big compared to her hand. And she's just grabbing his finger because that's the smallest thing on his hand.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah. I love their scenes together.
Mm-hmm.
They're really cute. Then Haru says Legoshi and Haru can probably be good friends with each other. And during the whole like trance of Legoshi thinking about what happened with Haru, Bill interrupts Legoshi.
It's more like he shoves Legoshi. He literally pushes him out of the way and yells, "Move!" Wow, asshole.
Yeah, definitely. So he goes to like the homeless Bill goes to the homeless goat man.
Bill.
And asks him, it's 70,000 yen for that finger, right? I can eat it?
Yeah.
Like, ew.
And then he turns around to the other guys and he's like, what do you say? Let's all have a bite. That way we can all split the cost. And then Legoshi slaps Bill. And Bill is like, what was that, idiot? And then Legoshi's like, you're the idiot. Do you hear yourself right now? And Bill says, we're already here at the black market. I'm not letting your ego get in my way.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was such a dramatic scene.
I'm amazed Legoshi slapped Bill. I guess he's not afraid of Bill at all.
Nope. Then Legoshi becomes like really furious and he shows his fangs as well. And Aoba then calms Legoshi down.
Well, he tries to.
Yeah, he tries to calm him down.
He like jumps in between Legoshi and Bill.
And he says like that the environment here is different from like when we were in school, because this is the black market. It's like specifically designed for carnivores like them to feed. And basically it's allowed and accepted, so stop.
It's like he's like, if we were at school it'd be different, but we're not. We're here. It's things are different now. You just need to suck it up. And Legoshi becomes really surprised that they're so openly willing to feast on the goat, just like that. And Bill explains that the animals are all able to live together peacefully and have fun because of the black market. Like he's saying, didn't you see all of those carnivores and herbivores walking around together in harmony earlier? It's because of this place. So of course they're going to eat that guy's finger. And the screen is like split here. to show like there's Legoshi on one side, and then there's the three of them, Bill, Alba, and Tao on the other side. I guess to show that it's basically three of them against one Legoshi, opinion wise. And then Bill tells Legoshi to grow up. And Legoshi, I guess maybe he starts to realize that maybe what Bill is saying is right. That all those carnivores, all those adult carnivores were so composed and calm because of the black market.
So he was really surprised, but then he starts to become angry. And Legoshi asks the other members if this is what being an adult looks like.
Is this what it means to be an adult?
Like basically feeding on herbivores.
And then in his anger, he turns and runs away, but he manages to run right into the black market actually as he's running away. And the only one to call out after him is Alba, but he doesn't go after him. He just watches Legoshi run away into the black market.
So at this point, like Legoshi is just going through a bit of a breakdown because he runs away with Haru in his mind, asking, like Haru's just in his head from that night, and she's asking him the same question from the beginning of the scene, like Legoshi, I'm just curious, how do you see me? Like in her cute little voice.
Yeah, it's like, how do you see me? Do you see me as a friend? Do you see me as food?
Yeah. That's basically where it's getting towards.
I guess I don't know if that's what she was asking him. It might have been that's what she was asking him, like, what do you want from me? You know what I mean? And that's why when Legoshi couldn't answer, she was like, oh, sorry, I shouldn't have asked that. But now the question is coming back to him because he's like, oh shit, what do I see her as? I couldn't answer her.
Yeah. So during this part, like Haru is asking Legoshi this question, and in between are just like images of food and like all kinds of food that's in the black market. So it refers to basically eating herbivores.
Yeah. It's like because he stupidly ran into the market, all he's smelling is that food. There's meat everywhere. And so and remember, Legoshi has like an amazing sense of smell. We've seen it before, like when he smelt that blood on Bill.
Yeah.
So it's like sensory overload. So all he's smelling is all of that food in there.
Yeah. And you see like the same food as we saw when they're walking through the black market. And it looks like skewers, like ribs, steak, basically meat.
All of that meat is herbivore meat. There's so much of it.
Yep. You know, okay, despite all of this, the context in this in this episode, if you just forget about what's happening right now and you just look at the scene of like not even just imagine humans eating the meat, right?
Yeah.
It reminded me of like food festivals too.
It does look like a food festival in there, doesn't it? It looks like a really nice food festival. I miss food festival. I miss food festival too. We can't have food festivals. We all catch diseases and die.
I used to go to so many, especially the Taste of Danforth.
Dude, we used to go to many things. We used to go to Wonderland.
Food festivals was like number one.
We used to go to food festival. We used to go to restaurant.
We used to go to Snakes and Lattes.
We used to go to the movies.
Games. Oh gosh.
We were supposed to go to Rec Room.
Oh gosh. But yeah. Reminded me of food festivals. I was like,
Dude wants to eat some herbivores.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I'm a human, so it doesn't matter.
Maybe if you were a vegetarian.
A vegetarian?
A vegetarian.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a vegetarian, and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Sometimes I do only eat like vegetables though, I find. Like some people they need to have meat in their diet, otherwise they get like headaches and stuff. you know. But for me, like, I can eat vegetables and not really care.
I just like the way meat tastes
I like the
to
way that
vegetables.
meat tastes too, but like these days I've been eating healthy and incorporating more vegetables into my diet, and I think I'm good with that.
Okay.
But I do like meat, so I do like it and I want to have it, but I'm also good without it. Does that make sense?
No.
Anyways, so we're at the at the
We're
food
at
market. At the food market? At the black market?
At the food market. We're at
With
the
food.
food festival where Legoshi is gonna go and eat all the herbivore meat now because that's what they do in this episode.
Mm-hmm. So Legoshi's like running away, and he ran out of breath. He runs out of breath, and he answers Haru's question, but in his mind, and he goes, "You're a very attractive girl, and I can't stop thinking of you. But why can't I?" Dun, 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 dun. And all you see is like Legoshi drooling, like loads of drool everywhere as he's like thinking of her.
Basically, he's run into like an alley at that point when he runs out of breath, and he's bent over, and there's just drool coming out of his mouth because I guess because of all of the stuff he smells in the black market, like all of the smells to him were good smells because he's a carnivore. That's his diet.
Yeah.
So the poor guy is all curled up on the ground, and he's curled up in like that little black market alley, just drooling all over himself. The poor guy.
And he thinks that like he has no right to tell off Bill because he was just about to eat the goat's finger himself. Like he was really seriously thinking about it.
He says to himself, like, why can't I stop salivating? It's a hideous desire. I can't win at anything. All those things I said to Bill, I had no right. And I think ultimately that's what the worst part is for him and why he freaked out when he saw that Bill really wanted to eat that guy's finger, because it's hard for him to realize that what his body wants goes against his instincts. Because, like, yeah, he wanted to eat that finger too. So what right does he have to stop Bill from eating the finger?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was replaying how the panda said, "I'm glad you collapsed in the alley." Sorry, I was replaying it.
Then a strange voice in the background says to Legoshi, "Hey, you poor wolf."
That's definitely strange.
I'm glad you collapsed
in the alley.
Why do you sound like you have to poo?
Okay, let me try it again.
Okay.
Hey, poor wolf.
Hey, poor wolf.
I'm glad you collapsed in the alley.
That's not how he says it. Hey,
let's just go with it.
You poor wolf. I'm glad you collapsed in the alley. Something like that.
And we can't make out who he is at this time. It just looks like a shadow of a panda.
Yeah, he looks more like a Sasquatch with a stick to me. And a cigarette in his mouth.
Well, it was just like a shadow at that point, but we don't know who he is as of yet, but we will find out.
Who is he?
So this next scene, so Legoshi basically wakes up muzzled in chains attached to a large stalk of bamboo.
Yeah, it's bamboo.
So I think I'm right because panda.
Yeah.
Bamboo.
He's got like a chain around his neck, and his hands are chained, his arms are chained together and everything.
So Legoshi starts panicking, thinking whether he'll be killed here. And it looks like a really like dark basement.
Yeah. He opens his eyes and he can see like an armchair, a camera, and a large panda. And as the panda like it looks like he's in a murder hut, basically. Like he's in a murder hut. And as the panda walks forward, Legoshi panics and he like scurries backward into the bamboo.
Yeah, I was right. So it was a panda. And he kind of looks like a gangster too, the way that like he has a scar on his face and his like roughness in general, and also when we hear his voice too, it's like deep and whatnot. And considering that he tied up Legoshi, I'm guessing he is
maybe because he has like those claw marks around his eyes, and he's even like smoking while he talks to Legoshi and stuff. So maybe I think he even has like a large like bamboo stick in his hand or something, right? No, he doesn't, but he did before.
And he looks at Legoshi and uses the stethoscope to measure his heartbeat. Like what?
He's like trying to see, I guess, if Legoshi is calm, like if he's gonna attack or whatever.
Yeah, and then he says that Legoshi is calmer than expected.
Why?
And by the way, the panda that the panda put a muzzle on Legoshi as well.
Yeah.
And is it just me, or does Legoshi actually look cute with this song? I don't know.
Do you have a fetish?
No, it's just I think for me, like when I saw
muzzle fetish.
When I saw it, I imagined it being like drawn like on manga, so it kind of reminded me of like the manga style of like, you know,
who's
Legoshi.
manga style?
No, just like there are certain elements that is common in mangas.
I feel like you're just trying to tell me you have a muzzle fetish.
No. The way that he was drawn.
Fine.
And the way that it was animated, it was very manga-like. It was very like, it's as if I was reading a manga. It was a cute little, I don't know, he looked cute because of that, the way that it was there.
Whatever you say.
Thank you.
However you want to rationalize your fetish.
I rationalized, not my fetish. My opinion.
Yeah, sure.
Then the panda removes the muzzle, and Legoshi immediately shouts and asks him why he's chained up and whatnot. I mean, I would do the exact same thing. Like, hey, like, what am I doing here? What's going on? Let me go.
Let me go.
And
let me go. I'm just a noob.
Yeah. And then the panda like smacks him down, and he tells Legoshi that Legoshi should never bare his fangs or be hostile towards him, and that he's the guard of the black market.
Does he say his name yet? No, right?
No, not yet.
He just says he's the black market guard.
Yeah. And then there's basically like an interview session with Legoshi and the panda.
He like sits down in the armchair, and he has like a control for the camera that he hits every once in a while, and it starts taking pictures of Legoshi.
The panda asks Legoshi his name and if he ate an herbivore recently.
Legoshi yells back, "I never did!" And then he takes a picture of him. So it like catches him mid-yell.
Yeah. And he explains that a carnivore that has passed out from the black market has 90% devoured an herbivore recently.
Actually, he said 100%.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 100% has devoured a herbivore recently.
Damn. There was that photo that you were talking about with his mouth open.
Yeah.
I think it was like a shocked photo, right? Like, it was like
I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of Legoshi, but it looks like he was laughing. Like it looks like
I didn't get that. I got a huge panicked vibe from it.
Huh? Because if you were to just look at the photo, if you just look at the photo, you're like, what the? Is he laughing or what? But no, if we play the entire scene, I know.
Don't take
then
picture of me. I'm not in my party clothes. That's what you say.
You're like cutting in and out, so I'm like, and then Legoshi confesses that he almost he almost did. So he almost devoured an herbivore recently, basically. But then he says that he's gonna make it up to her.
The panda guy says more like, you put your mask back on. And Legoshi's like, no, I'm going to tell her what I did someday.
And the panda also is kind of going crazy a bit when he's talking to Legoshi, and he finds it like unbelievable that Legoshi is still in touch with someone that he almost ate.
He's like, I can't imagine how you feel when you communicate with her. Like, he sounds disgusted with Legoshi almost. He's like, do you fantasize about her flavor when you talk to her? Do you plan about when the best time will be to devour her? But that doesn't sound like Legoshi to me. That sounds more like Scary Spice. Yeah. Scary Spice is the crazy version of like dark Legoshi, basically, that lives inside of him. That's the version of him that attacked Haru.
Yeah.
But don't you think this is so weird? Like, he literally just met this panda and all of a sudden he's confessing the fact that he almost ate Haru. Like, he's not staying quiet. Like, he's confessing to him. I guess he must be really scared. Like, this panda's gonna kill him.
Yeah, I think it's the situation itself that he's like kind of has no choice but to tell him, because he said 100%.
Also, he's like accusing him, and Legoshi is trying to be like, no, I didn't do anything. I've never eaten anybody. I almost did, but I definitely didn't do it.
So he's kind of just like defending himself in a way.
Yeah.
But it doesn't help the situation.
No, it does not. It does not.
But yeah, Legoshi, he becomes like really offended by what the panda is saying.
After the panda says like, oh, you fantasize about her, do you like think about the best time you're gonna devour her? Legoshi says something like, I'm offended you would think that, or whatever, right? And then the panda's like, sure you are, but all carnivores are all the same in nature.
And the panda says that the black market exists only for carnivores embracing their animal instincts. So if they don't give in to their instincts, herbivores are murdered, and the carnivores continue to taste their flesh even after having it.
Yeah, the panda says like the meat in the black market is provided by hospitals and funeral homes, so it's not legal, but it's better than going out and killing herbivores. And then the panda gets up and walks to like a cord hanging on the wall behind him, and he pulls it, and a curtain goes up revealing some like pretty gruesome pictures of carnivores that gave into their instincts and killed an herbivore. And he says that some of them, like you said, some of them can't forget the flavor of the meat, and they start to chew off their own arms. Like we see a picture of a carnivore with no arm, or they start to lose their fur from the stress. And then we see some carnivores that have no fur on different parts of them. And then he says this part. He says, one carnivore ate another herbivore because he loved her so much. And as he says this, he pins Legoshi's picture up on the board.
Jesus Christ. So then at this point, Legoshi asks who the panda is. And he introduces himself as Gohin, and he says that he's actually a doctor that practices in medicine.
He says that he practices psychosomatic medicine. And then I looked that up. So I didn't know what it was. I thought that like soma, like psycho doing with like the brain, right? And then soma having to do with maybe like sleep. I thought they had to do with sleep. But the Wikipedia says that psychosomatic medicine is an interdisciplinary medical field exploring the relationships among social, psychological, and behavioral factors on bodily processes and quality of life in humans and animals. I didn't get anything out of that. It was just a bunch of words in my head. The Japanese subs say the English subs say he's psychosomatic, but the Japanese subs translate whatever it was in Japanese to psychotherapist. So is it like that? I'm guessing.
I think it's sort of because like psychotherapist. I'm guessing because like he studies them as well as like researches as well as
studies the animals.
Yeah.
Like he's in the field studying them?
In the field? No.
I mean, like, he gets statistics and stuff, and he creates his own theories and whatnot. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
it's not just the practical side of it. So it's not just that he works one-on-one with someone. It's that he studies like everything and
He's not
researches
just like
it.
a therapist.
Yeah.
He's a researcher.
Yeah, he's a researcher, and then he uses his research to, I don't know if it's for doing good or what yet, but he's gonna use it for something.
Right, yeah, he does say something like that later on, that he like he researches the carnivores, I guess, that frequent the black market, so that way he can help prevent for like carnivores from becoming like the ones on his wall.
Yeah.
I think like me, I don't know if those pictures were like his patients or former patients. But yeah, he says he's trying to keep cases from that happening again. But now Legoshi is up on that wall too.
Yeah, so maybe he might help Legoshi, but I'm not sure.
But Legoshi doesn't think he has a problem.
I think Legoshi does have a problem. But I think he has to admit it first in order to actually, because we've seen his dark side too, right?
Yeah.
Like, he obviously does have a problem. It's just like we know he's a good person, but he has personal, like, internal conflicts with himself, and he needs to address it, and he needs to get over it. I mean, that sounds easy, but it's not.
Yeah.
And that's why maybe Gohan can help him, but I'm not sure because of the way that he approached Legoshi. Like, he's literally just chained him against a bamboo shoot.
I guess Gohan has to be cautious. Like, have you seen the marks on his face? And even later on, we see him, like, he's recounting how he became a therapist or whatever, right? Or a psychosomatic researcher or whatever. And he said, while he's recounting it, we can see like this flashback of him all bloody in an alleyway. So he probably chains up the carnivores that he finds, and he wants to help because they've attacked him before. So that's why he's throughout this whole scene with him, he's super aggressive and he's super tough love. So that might be why.
Yeah. So at the end of the scene, he goes, he tells Legoshi, whether I'm a foe or an ally, that is up to you.
You know what I thought of him as? I thought he kind of reminded me of like some sort of sergeant from a military. That's what he kind of looks like and reminds me of.
Yeah. Like, because the soldiers, they've usually been through a lot.
Yeah.
They have like scars from, like, you know, being on the battlefield and whatnot. And they have like a really tough attitude because of all of the trauma that they've experienced. Yeah, it does. Yeah, very.
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 That's it.
Very. So Gohan lets Legoshi out of his chains finally, I guess, when he realizes that Legoshi isn't much of a threat. And they sit down together with tea to have tea.
Yeah.
But we see like Legoshi, did you notice he has this huge welt on his face from where Gohan hit him?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So Gohan asks Legoshi if he goes to Cherryton, but Legoshi won't answer, which makes sense. He's probably like in pain or like freaked out from being captured. So Gohan calls him a pain in the ass. And Legoshi that remarks that Gohan is strong looking and he doesn't differ too much in size from a brown bear. This is what he's thinking. He's looking at a book basically that shows him like the anatomy of a panda compared to like a brown bear basically, and it's similar. And he also says that the only difference to a brown bear and a panda is that pandas can survive on eating plants. So that's the one thing about a Gohan, is that I think he's like a carnivore, but he doesn't have to eat meat. He can just eat plants and he'll survive. Legoshi asks Gohan, like, what do you consider yourself to be when you're practicing? Do you consider yourself a panda with a strong body or one that doesn't eat meat? And Gohan likes that question. And he says that he got rid of his beast self, his beast instincts. This is when we see the flashback of him laying on the ground, bloody in some alleyway somewhere.
Yeah.
Like he got rid of his beast self, his beast instincts when he realized that this town needed a doctor. So he's been focused on that. He says that he's almost been killed many times and he's only been able to help a few carnivores. So he eats only bamboo grass and works out a lot. So he considers himself a doctor who's a little bit strong, and then he flexes his arm to show off like his huge effing muscles. He's strong. He's bigger than Legoshi.
Yeah.
And Legoshi begins to trust Gohin. He's like, oh, I guess like he must be telling the truth. And then he goes to drink the tea, but he finds it gross because it's tea made from bamboo grass. Because Gohan only eats bamboo.
Yeah. He's a true panda.
A true panda. Kung Fu panda. The secret was inside you all along, dude.
Oh.
Did you watch the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what happens in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I thought you didn't know what I was talking about.
No. I know.
Damn it, dude.
I watched it.
Damn it, dude. So Legoshi asks Gohan how he treats his patients, especially those at risk. And he says, and Gohan says, well, I do what I'm doing right now. Carrot sticks and counseling. And Legoshi gets angry and protests, I'm not a patient. And Gohan says, oh, well, that's what they all say. And Legoshi persists and says that he's different because he's trying to get over it himself. And all I could think was, like, that didn't help with your depression. How could it help this time? And Gohan says, oh, well, that's also what they say. And Legoshi, he's like super offended and he says, I have a plan. I'm slowly becoming friends with Haru. And he is like yelling at Gohan at this point. And so Gohan cuts him off because he doesn't like it when his patients are like aggressive, right?
Yeah.
So he cuts him off and he grabs Legoshi by like the cuff of his neck and pulls him over roughly and tells him, stop screeching at me like a chihuahua. And he's like, I want you to listen to me. And he tells Legoshi that he truly believes that Legoshi wants to be friends with Haru, but that's probably just his inner reasoning. And Legoshi is just concealing his true instincts to devour her. And as he's talking, Legoshi can see like these flashes of Haru. So first he sees Haru just like touching his hand. And Gohan says, listen, you think that you're in love with her. It's just your convoluted hunting instincts. It's the worst possible case. And then Legoshi sees himself trying to like shakily grab Haru as she stands in front of him, but you can't tell really what Legoshi wants from her. And Haru's face is like emotionless, so you can't tell, like it's very vague as to what it is Legoshi actually wants from Haru. And then Gohan continues, if you can stop it, do so. Sever all ties with her. And like, I don't know, what do you think? Do you think what Gohan is saying is true about Legoshi?
I think Legoshi is right when he says that he is in love with her. It doesn't really like seem like an obsession or animal instincts to me. I think maybe it is what like attracted him to her in the first place, because in the beginning like there was only the scary spice.
Yeah.
That side of Legoshi that came out when like he had the red aura around Haru and he was about to eat her. But I think after that it turned into something else, like something more deep. So I don't think what he's saying is true. Because he's really like Legoshi is really trying his best now to be open with Haru, to change, which is really hard for Legoshi to do, but we've seen that change in him recently, right?
Yeah.
And he's always thinking about her in like such a sweet way, like trying to help her out and stuff like that. So I don't necessarily think so, but it's not like out of the question exactly.
So Legoshi doesn't answer after Gohin says that he needs to sever all ties with Haru. He just picks up his bag and gets ready to leave. And Gohin says to him, ugh, the young generation is just asking for trouble since they get worked up so easily and label it as love.
Mhm.
But Legoshi says that he doesn't really understand if what he's feeling for Haru is love because he's never been in a relationship before, and this surprises Gohin.
I wonder how old Gohan is now because of the way he's talking.
40?
Hmm.
I feel like Gohan is like 40.
Yeah.
And Legoshi's supposed to be like 17.
Yeah.
Gohan looks like he's been around the block.
Mm-hmm. For many ages.
Many ages. 40 of them, to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
So Legoshi thanks Gohan for his help, even though he thinks Gohan didn't help at all. I mean, he did take you out of that dank alley where you're having that panic attack, so that was sort of helpful, I guess. I guess Gohan was concerned that maybe Legoshi would go like lose his mind and go on like a rampage again.
Yeah.
Also, the subs here say, like Legoshi says, thanks for the hospitality, but then he thanks more like hostility, though, which I thought was more funny and punny.
Yeah, I thought it was funny too.
Yeah. Then he asks Gohan if he can go back to school now, but before he leaves, Gohan gives him a present in the form of a rabbit porn mag, which features a rabbit on the front of it that kind of looks like Haru, but in a very compromising position. And Legoshi is like, what the fuck? But Gohan is like, I am serious. And he says that if Legoshi gets turned on by the magazine, then that means that he's just got like a fetish for like Doob for
Shut up.
for rabbits. But if he doesn't and he's still fixated on Haru, then that means he has a problem. And I don't know if that's like an actual way to diagnose Legoshi or just quack science. And I'm pretty sure that's what Legoshi is thinking too.
Yep.
Like, who is
kind of just dismissing it a little bit.
Who is this doctor?
So then, like, Legoshi leaves Gohan's clinic, and he basically just runs away from the clinic. And he says to himself that he's gonna pretend that nothing happened, and then he's gonna forget all about it.
I don't know how he's gonna forget. Like, how can he forget any of that? Like, how can he forget the black market? How can he forget running into the black market and like drooling, almost eating that guy's finger, ending up in a panda's office, and then getting a porn magazine as a souvenir?
Yeah.
That's a wild ride.
That's the best part, right?
I went to the black market and all I got was this porn mag.
Jesus. So then Legoshi's running away and he runs into Alba, and Legoshi's just kind of like, okay, what is he doing here?
Yeah, he's like standing in front of the entrance to the subway. In the manga, Alba says, I was waiting for you, but he doesn't say anything to Legoshi in the anime.
And Alba admits to running away from the black market. He explains that he had to get out of there and that he couldn't stop thinking about the other drama club members, like the other herbivores, like Louis.
Yeah, he says that ultimately he couldn't eat that guy's finger because when he thought about all of his herbivore friends, it made him nauseous.
So Legoshi now thinks that Alba's, like, he's looking over at Alba's big beak, and he's thinking to himself, wow, it looks so sharp and beautiful. And I think this represents like how Legoshi is now seeing him, like from a new perspective almost.
Yeah.
And that like he sees him as a really strong and inspiring creature now, after Alba's like character development.
I think Legoshi must feel so happy to find another carnivore who's being empathetic with him. Like, rather than just saying, grow up, get over it, suck it up, like, accept it, stop thinking like that, or you need to relax, you need to get over it, or whatever, right? He's found somebody who's saying, yeah, that was fucked up, wasn't it?
Yeah. someone with like the same opinions and to kind of like
Empathize.
Empathize, yeah, like not humanity, but I don't know what you would say it in the animal world, but you know what I mean.
Furmanity.
Huh?
Furmanity.
Humanity? Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, the Furmanity.
Oh. And Alba apologizes to Legoshi, and he tells him that he's sorry for earlier.
Yeah.
Like when he told him to grow up and whatnot. And Legoshi is just sobbing through all of this, and Alba realizes that, and he asks Legoshi if he's okay. And he was like saying, "Oh, I don't even have a handkerchief. Like, oh gosh, are you okay?"
Uh-huh.
And it's such a like a little
like a cute way to end the scene and the episode.
The night here was where I thought it looked really nice, like around Legoshi and Alba. It looked really nice. And then Legoshi, like to finish off the episode, says, "We all want to stand firm on our own feet, with our own claws in this world. Both Alba and I. That's all. Just to stand firm."
Oh.
It gives us like some hope for
Furmanity. Maybe a little bit. Maybe there's still some people in that world who can like agree with Legoshi and help him out rather than just put him down.
Yeah.
It's like if you have like depression or like anxiety or something, you wouldn't tell somebody hey, like just get over it, just suck it up or whatever, right? Stop thinking like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You wouldn't tell them that. You would listen to them and be like, everything's gonna be okay. Don't worry. Not even like don't worry. Like everything will be okay.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't like for Legoshi, I don't think he wants to hear grow up and things like that. I think he wants to hear everything's gonna be okay. I think that's all he wants to know.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end.
Yeah.
And like
I liked it.
Like I said at the start, like this is a pretty important episode. Like I feel like the whole Meteor Festival arc really starts this whole change and like tonal shift in the manga. I feel like things get pretty dark and interesting from here on out, which is how I thought the anime would be from the start.
Yeah.
But since we've been so caught up in trying to learn about everyone's character and feelings throughout the drama club arc, we didn't get to like see like where the plot was going, and like this is the start of plot.
Yeah.
Plotty plot.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
How?
There was a lot of like content that we went through.
Yes.
I find in this episode, but I think it was like important, and it was also very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I really enjoyed the episode.
Wow. Oh, there's 12 episodes in this anime. I thought we were halfway through last time. We're halfway through now.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, geez.
Okay. Oopsies.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, halfway mark.
Halfway again. Dub.
Yeah.
What do you think is gonna happen?
I think Legoshi it will eventually start to address his scary spice.
Ooh.
And I think maybe Gohan kind of shed some light into him on like dealing with your animal instincts or his scary spice. Mm-hmm. And I don't think Legoshi wants to like let it win. So maybe he will try to find ways to actually conquer that side of him. And I think Alba is good, or he will help him as well. Maybe, I'm not sure. And Haru, I think she plays a big role in his like dilemma.
Okay. I have les questions pour le double.
Okay.
Which translates to I have questions for Dube.
Yeah. I understood.
If anybody who's listening who doesn't speak my brand of French, which is bad.
I speak her bad French.
I speak bad French.
and actual French too.
Oh.
But I
Tele
understand your
français.
bad French.
Tele français. Bonjour. Allô. Salut. Tele français. Tele français. Something parler avec. Something new.
New.
Ou.
New.
C'est formidable. C'est sensationnel. C'est merveilleux.
C'est magnifique.
C'est merveilleux. C'est magnifique. Télé français fantastique.
Fantastique.
Télé français. Télé français. Télé
Tele
français.
français. That was our really creepy and weird, but very memorable show that we watched in high school. And I think I was talking to you too about this, but I watched that show even before that, like in middle school and elementary school too.
For French class. Everybody
French
go
classes,
on
yeah.
YouTube and Google Tele Francais. Tele Francais.
I'm guessing you guys know how to spell Francais.
And you will see the talking pineapple.
Yep. The creepy talking pineapple.
Oh, yes. Doob.
Yes.
Question. Pour vous.
Okay. Yes.
Oui,
oui.
Doob. Oui, oui. I don't know how to say this in French. What do you think of Gohin? Do you think he really wants to help Legoshi?
I think Gohan, I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's like all good. Like I think he's on his own side almost. Because he has his like own perspective and his own views and thinking in general. So if I feel like if he just wanted to help Legoshi, he definitely wouldn't have just like chained him up or whacked him earlier. I thought it was like a bit much. But
he's a dramatic panda.
Yeah, a very. But he might end up helping Legoshi either way. So there's no doubt about that.
Do you think Legoshi has a problem? And can he truly just be friends with Haru?
Simply, yes.
For both?
I think I was telling you earlier that I think he does have a problem, like his inner conflicts with himself, and like he kind of just suppresses his animal instincts, which is not good for him. Like imagine if you yourself, you were really sad for whatever reason, right? Like it was something big, like someone close to you passed away, whatever it was, right? And your life just kind of breaks apart. But the way that you actually approach that situation is just to keep it inside you, and you don't cry, you don't do anything. Eventually that just bursts.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's not a healthy way to handle it. So now if you go back to Legoshi, he is a carnivore. It's in his nature to feed on herbivores and whatnot. But he doesn't like come up with a way to battle it or anything. He just kind of suppresses it, and he knows that it's taking like the better of him. But he's still not addressing it as a situation in a way. So he has a problem, yes. And the second part, when you ask, can he truly be friends with Haru? Also, yes.
Okay.
I think he can. But I think it'll be more than friendship.
Do you think Bill and Tao actually ate that guy's finger? And like, were they wrong to eat it if they did?
So I think the whole situation is kind of messed up. But I don't think it's completely wrong because they were really into it, and I think it's kind of like normalized there, and specifically in the black market, because you see so many animals doing the same thing. And I want to say it's wrong, but it's also kind of going against their nature, which may lead to worse things, like Gohin was saying.
Yeah.
So yes and no. I'm kind of like in the middle.
What do you think about the black market? Do you think its presence really helps carnivores exist amongst the herbivores?
I think it creates like a division between them. And I think it's a bit of like a temporary delusional thinking for the carnivores. I'm not really entirely sure about it. But I think it's a very interesting concept.
Okay. That is all of my questions. But now I have differences. And there's a lot. There were so many for this episode. So I'm going to try to go. I think I put the most interesting ones here, but there were a lot of interesting ones. So I'm just going to try to go through them as fast as possible. And I got these from the Beastars wiki. So in the anime, the news program is changed and expanded on from the manga. The news is named the Beast Broadcasting Network, and the report is shown having a female reporter and a weeping male goat. So like all of that is just like extra from like the manga.
BBN.
Ooh, like CNN.
Yeah. Or BBC.
Ooh, that's more like it. So in the manga, Legoshi internally monologues about how carnivores should be used to herbivores being tense around them. In the anime, Durham expresses that thought to Legoshi and Jack first when Jack is depressed that the herbivore students like left them. Yeah. So, and then there's an entire sequence from the manga cut out where Legoshi and Jack and Durham are walking through the halls conversing, in addition to Legoshi expressing concern over what Haru would think of the news report. That's all cut from the anime.
Oh.
In the manga, Legoshi is unnerved by the sight of seeing Juno crying, but in the anime, Legoshi is more transfixed and in awe of Juno's tearful confession. And in the manga, apparently they call, I guess in the Japanese version, they called the black market the ghetto. Like it was called the ghetto.
Oh wow.
So I can tell why they changed it, because like that's controversial. A controversial term, yeah. So they changed it from the ghetto to the black market. Bill's exchange about the happenings in the black market with Ellen in the manga is cut from the anime, along with Legoshi and Alba's reaction to it. And there's an entire sequence from the manga cut where Legoshi is getting ready for the following day, and Juno is prepping for her drama club work, where she interacts with both Dom and like the peacock and Kibby, who both express shock over Legoshi earning her affection. Oh yeah, because she talks to them in the manga, and like she says that she really likes Legoshi after he helped her.
Oh.
And then there's also a scene where Legoshi is struggling to keep up with his friends when they head to the city, and that's all absent from the anime. That the scene just begins with Legoshi and his friends arriving in the city. Legoshi and Bill challenging each other to a rematch when their friends try to prevent it is absent from the anime. In the anime, Legoshi is so angry that his fur stands on end. In the manga, Legoshi appears more desperate to get himself and his friends out of the black market. Gohin is more level-headed in the anime, in the manga, I mean. Gohin is more level-headed in the anime than he is in the manga, which is incredible because he seems pretty angry in the anime. He does not shout as much as his manga counterpart, and seems generally pained when he speaks of his dealings. In the anime, Gohin states that carnivores who are passed out or panicking in the black market are most likely believed to have caused some sort of harm to herbivores. He doesn't say this in the manga. In the manga, it's Gohin who deduces that Legoshi almost killed and ate an herbivore only to stop at the last moment. In the anime, it's Legoshi who admits to nearly killing Haru.
Oh. What?
Yeah.
Huh.
In the manga, Legoshi meets up with Aoba at the black market entrance. In the anime, he meets up with Aoba at the entrance to the subway. And in the manga, Aoba states that he was waiting for Legoshi, like I said, but he doesn't say that in the anime. And finally, in the manga, Aoba looks traumatized when he first speaks to Legoshi. In the anime, Aoba looks regretful and ashamed that as he speaks to Legoshi. In the manga, Legoshi deduces that Aoba was as desperate as he was.
Wow. Interesting.
I am done.
That was you did that so quick too.
I did many words.
And then I heard your gulp of water or tea or whatever.
It's water. Doob.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sing us a ditty. Oh wait, no. We have to rate the episode.
Yeah.
I always forget. Rate the episode. What'd you think of it?
I rate it an 8.5.
I give it a 9.
Ooh.
I liked it. It's the start of something new. Oh,
Mm.
like High School Musical. The start of something new. The start of something new. The start of something new. Doob,
Yeah.
where can they find you?
Where can people find me?
Yes,
So
they.
you So you guys can find me on Instagram at DevaStars4. And I also have a food blog on there as well.
Wow.
And it's at t.foodlove.
Wow.
T-D-O-T Food Love.
Wow. And you can find me on Instagram at Trisha Does Nothing or on YouTube as Alex Does Nothing. And also you can find the podcast on YouTube and possibly maybe on Spotify soon when I get paid. And you can also find it on TikTok. Follow us on TikTok.
Yeah.
Doob!
Yeah.
Sing us a song.
Oh boy. Okay. Let me see.
Is that the ditty?
No.
Oh, okay. It doesn't need to be amazing. Just sing. What?
I know.
Oh, God.
When there's trouble, you know who to call.
Teen Titan!
From their tower, they can see it all.
Teen Titan!
When there's evil on the attack, you can rest knowing they got your back. Because when the world needs heroes on patrol, Teen Titans.
Go! Okay, goodbye.
Bye, Teen Titans.
Bye, you. Bye, Starfire.
Am I Starfire? Yeah, I think so. Bye.
I was waiting for you to say bye, Raven. Damn it, bye.
Oh, yeah, you are Raven.
Bye.
Bye, Raven.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Me. Krusty Krab. Pizza is the pizza, yeah, for you and me.
I think we broke the mic.
You did. All I heard was, and then it went away.